Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about news of Quant set to meet representatives from the Bank of Canada. So the Financial Times is set to run a talk in regards to CBDC developments, which is set to occur on the 26th of April. So the event will involve a number of speakers from a number of facets within the financial sphere, most notably the Deputy Governor of the Bank of Canada and representatives from Visa, MIT and Quant's Gilbert Verdian will also appear at the event. So the event is primarily geared towards how CBDCs could be directly implemented into a number of offerings, especially surrounding global finance. So the Financial Times gave a description in regards to what the event will involve, whereby the debate around how CBDCs will work in practice has raged on for many months, with many questions how central banks will adopt a scalable, secure and operationally robust distributed ledger. There are wider questions about the long-term prospects for coexistence with the currently unfettered world of cryptocurrency and stablecoins. How do the central banks envision that this will work in practice? Can central banks simultaneously create a decentralized network whilst achieving macro policy objectives? So the Bank of Canada's representation in this talk coincides with the central bank conducting their own research in regards to the potential implementation of a CBDC within the wider Canadian economy, whereby the central bank has conducted research and authored a paper detailing the implications of a CBDC within Canada as a whole, whereby the paper was titled Central Bank Digital Loonie, Canadian Cash for a New Global Economy. So the paper concluded that a CBDC payment network is a critical technology that millions of Canadians will rely on. So the Bank of Canada looking into CBDC developments coincides with the vast majority of other central banks, especially central banks based in developed nations, looking into their own CBDC. Whereby, as stated in one of my videos last week, we spoke about the recent executive order put in place by the White House, whereby the executive order involves the issuance and further research surrounding CBDCs. So with the likes of the Bank of Canada and the Federal Reserve looking to CBDC developments, it indicates the implications and the potential headwinds CBDCs could have for the overarching global economy. And as we've mentioned before, CBDCs will most likely be built on varying technological frameworks, whereby a potential Canadian CBDC will likely be based on different technologies compared to a Federal Reserve CBDC. So the potential variations in technology which underpins future CBDCs for respective nations may be a limiting factor which leads to disruptions and the inability for such CBDCs to interoperate and actively communicate. So this potential lack of interoperability may be a limiting factor in cross-border payments. Also, the technology which underpins traditional banking infrastructure will likely vary compared to CBDCs too. So this may also be a limiting factor which leads to restrictions in the ability for datasets, be it monetary value or other information such as KYC, to be shared to CBDC frameworks. So the potential lack of interoperability between future CBDCs and between traditional finance and CBDCs could potentially be overcome through the direct use of Quant's offerings, namely overledger, whereby overledger enables networks to actively plug into it. And when this occurs, plugged-in networks can actively share datasets between each other, regardless of the underlying technology which powers such networks. So this isn't limited to DLT, whereby legacy systems and legacy networks can also plug into overledger at any time. So this means that traditional banking infrastructure, when plugged into overledger, could actively share datasets, be it monetary value or other factors such as KYC or AML, to CBDC ledgers. So this indicates how overledger could be the bridge asset which enables traditional finance and CBDCs to interconnect, as well as CBDCs interconnecting. So Quant and overledger could be a key pillar in developments surrounding payment actions, be it CBDCs or traditional finance. So Quant's offerings and use cases isn't limited to CBDCs, whereby Quant is also involved in a number of initiatives surrounding fintech, especially in the UK, whereby Quant joined the fintech initiative Innovative Finance. So Innovative Finance is an independent industry body that represents and advances the global fintech community in the UK. Innovative Finance's mission is to accelerate the UK's leading role in the financial services sector by directly supporting the next generation of technology-led innovators. It's one we are proud to be part of by bringing together and connecting the most forward-thinking participants in financial services. Innovative Finance is helping create a global financial services sector that is more transparent, more sustainable and more inclusive. So Quant's offerings is also used by the UK government, whereby Quant was named a supplier on UK government's Crown Commercial Service G-Cloud 12 framework. So the G-Cloud 12 framework involves the direct utility of Quant's overledger to enable cloud software activities to be induced. The G-Cloud framework allows public sector customers to buy commoditized cloud-based solutions through a framework that is compliant and regularly refreshed, allowing Crown Commercial Services to provide our customers with up-to-date, innovative solutions. All services within this framework are visible within the online catalogue, the digital marketplace. Quant is also a member of the Digital Pound Foundation, whereby the organisation provides support and advice to the Bank of England surrounding developments to a UK CBDC. So Quant may have been inducted into the Digital Pound Foundation, namely due to the number of initiatives Quant is involved in, especially surrounding CBDCs around the world, whereby Quant is already involved in CBDC developments in Latin America. Quant has been chosen to develop the Latin American digital dollar. So with the UK government already utilising Quant's offerings, coupled with the Bank of England potentially using Quant's overledger or MLT stablecoin for CBDCs, this only spells good news for QNT token holders. So with the UK government already actively utilising Quant's offerings, namely overledger, the government will have to pay a large fee to gain access to Quant's offerings through the active purchasing of a license. The license will be purchased through the active use of QNT. So the active purchasing of QNT in this manner will lead to increases in the demand for QNT, and as a result there will be increases in the price pressure of QNT, especially over the long run. And as indicated by the following tweet, there's already sizable supply limitations in regards to QNT tokens, whereby there's just over 1% of QNT tokens left on exchanges. So with the potential for such large entities such as the UK government and potentially the Bank of England purchasing further QNT to gain access to Quant's offerings, this factor could potentially compound supply shortages of QNT, and as the supply of QNT decreases further, this will lead to synonymous increases in the price of QNT and potentially to spikes in the price of QNT. What are your thoughts on Quant? Do you think all CBDCs will use Quant? Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching the video, we hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click the notification bell. Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next video.